Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. This is episode 3. A little bit of a hiccup here. All of my audio for my voice this episode, I recorded it all live and it's all gone. So that sucks. So I'm recording this all in post and I'll try to narrate through what I did. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go out and get some prime meat to get that mind wipe because that's kind of important. In order to do that, we need to tame ourselves a moss chops to be able to get more prime meat out of the dinos because getting it by hand is a little bit bad. So I skipped the part where I tamed him because it was a 2-second tame, and here he is. He's super low level. He's like level 50 something. Oh, level 24 even. I'm just going around finding myself some things that give prime meat. Normally big dinos like this give prime meat. He's level 10, so it's perfect. I stick my pike up somewhere that the sun don't shine, and I used him to go gather up the meat. Now, I know it doesn't really seem like much. He only gathers, I think, 3 prime meat from this guy. But that's okay. Over time, as he levels up, he'll get more and more. Here, we hit a tragedy. Tom, the moss chops I just tamed, had gotten me killed while I was trying to kill a stego, or a spino. And then the spino killed me. I rushed to get a weapon. The only thing I had was a spear, and I went to go save Tom from the clutches of that evil spino, which now sought to kill my Tom. There's where I died. I was hoping and praying at this point that spino over there didn't kill Tom. And wouldn't you know it, Tom is still alive. Happy and surprised, I continued on my quest for prime meat. So at spino, I couldn't let it get away with its crime, its sin. So what I did was I went over here, safely dropped off Tom, and went to shoot my crossbow at the spino, all the while aggroing this bear. That did not go as I planned. So now we have 2 targets, a bear and a spino. The bear doesn't give prime meat, but he needs to die anyways. At this point, I have a brief realization that Tom is still out there, undefended, on passive. Not a good thing. So I choose to spawn at the closest location instead of my bed and try to run back to him. I'm kind of lamenting my choice now to do that without armor, but hey, you know me, I do things oddly. But he hasn't died at this point, so I take that as a good sign. You know, he's not dead. He was kind of a little ways away from me. The bear probably didn't get him, and the spino was also gone. He's super low level. He would have died by now if he was being attacked. Thankfully, Tom is still okay by the time I get to this point, and then he dies immediately afterwards. Oh, the pity. Well, that sucks. So I go down, harvest his corpse, and I set out to kill the spino first, the bear second. That failed. He was stronger than I predicted, and they trapped me underneath this house. So the only thing that I could do with my 400% melee damage is swing wildly, hoping that one of my hits would land. And they did, surprisingly. Because of the wonky physics of this game, I was able to kill this spino with no opposition. Die, however. Yeah. He unfortunately gave us no prime meat. What a shame. I tamed us up another moss chops, this time level 20. And I named him, appropriately, Tom 2.0. Wait. Oh yeah, I actually did name him Tom 2.0. What's wrong with me? That's super inappropriate. Oh, whatever. I guess I did it in memory of Tom or something. Anyways, we take this guy out and we get the rest of the prime meat that we need. Cook it all up. And boom. 26 cooked prime meat. Just enough to make the mind wipe potion. I put it all in the cooking pot, made by somebody else. And I make us the mind wipe potion. There we go. Now we can reset all of our crafting engrams and actually play on this map for real. I skipped the part where I learned all my engrams, and I basically reset all my points and my stats back to where they were. So 410% melee damage for me now. Okay, now that we have our engrams reset, I have learned the Ravager Saddle, which means we can start doing some things. I also learned the zip line engram. So now that we can have zip lines, what I was going to do here is put a zip line down right around here, and then zip line all the way down to that area down there, which is where my base is. The reason I'm doing this is because there's 2 metal nodes up here that we can use and abuse to get ourselves metal base parts. But before we can use these zip lines, we need a Ravager, which I've just found. 3 of them, actually. They ambushed me when I was looking around for one, and I had to climb up this wall for safety. Kind of a jerk move, I'll admit. But hey, I lived. That's what the climbing picks are for, at least. Now, I was looking here for a level 100 plus, just something that'll last us a while. But the highest level one here was level 80, and I would rather have a level 100 plus. Besides, how hard can it be to find Ravagers on Aberration, their home map? I get distracted by a shiny green light, and I decide to go for it and see what's up. Oh, you can't use climbing picks here, even though you clearly is a surface there. Well, no problem. I'll just go in this little tiny hole, which I can clearly fit through. Oh wait, no. The game is fat-shaming me, and not letting me through. Thanks. Anyways, there was nothing on the drop. Just a water jar blueprint, which I just learned. Thanks, game. Appreciate that. Okay, here I died. I was looking for a Ravager a little ways away from base, and I fell off a cliff. Don't ask me how. I probably lagged or something. The only way back, or an easy way back if you want to know, is to just use parachutes like this and float back. Not really broken, but it's very useful. Got my stuff back, but it was being camped by a very strange creature. The same basilisk that gave us problems on day 1. I swear he's stalking me, and I'm gonna get a restraining order. I broke my neck here when I fell, so that's something. And then I died to a Ravager that I was going to tame. How fun. Anyways, I successfully trapped him. He's level 50, but his friend's level 40. Unfortunately, I'm not taming him. You get to die. Ouch. If you're wondering why I'm taming the level 50 instead of the level 80, it's because the level 80 died, and this was literally the highest level 1 I found after like an hour and a half of looking. So yeah. I found this sheep, and I asked it very nicely if I could have some of its meat, which it kindly gave to me. I then tamed him, very slowly. Actually, not slowly at all. It took like 3 or 4 raw mutton to tame. So here I decide to name him Jim. He is now my everlasting servant, even though he just tried to kill me. But that's fine. Here you go. Have a saddle. Now, the good thing about Ravagers is they're great for getting around in the green zone on Aberration. Look, they can jump. And they run around faster than I can run. Plus, they also have weight reduction on rocks and metal, and they can climb zip lines, so these guys are very, very, very useful. And I am going to make full use of this Ravager. Here, you get to see him in action. I do a little bit of a fail, though. I don't know how to climb zip lines at this point. I press C, that made him roar. I jump, that made him jump. I'm confused, so I looked it up, and apparently you just have to jump when that crosshair is on the screen. Intuitive. Anyways, I make my way up the zip line. Slowly. There we go. And I'm at the top, feeling like the king of the world. Which I kind of am. I get a ton of metal using the guy, that's at least 300 ingots worth. And what I'm gonna do with that is... Well, let me explain something first. So, we've been constrained to this area for some time, because we haven't had a dino to get around on. Now that we have a Ravager, the map kind of opens up to us. We've been in the green zone so far, and if I pull out my map, I think I do here in a second, you'll see that we've been constrained to a really small area, even within the green zone, right around my arrow there. We haven't even been to the lake in the north yet. And with the Ravager, we can now go basically everywhere besides the red zone. And the blue zone, we need a light pet though. So what I'm gonna do is go do a little bit of exploring to see where the bases are of enemy tribes, and basically get a lay of the land before I decide to settle on a base location. But first, we're gonna get this green drop. It was nothing. Okay, so while exploring, I noticed that there were more crab traps and stuff, more to the east of my base, which, there's the entrance to the surface, by the way, which gave me hope that people were built down here, because I really hadn't seen many people, and there's always a good amount of people on. I also found this box, which I had contemplated opening, but they would know that it was me, so I decided to leave it. There's probably nothing really special in there anyways. Maybe. In case you were wondering, here's what the blue zone looks like. The bioluminescent zone. That's what the green zone is to the north. And, oh, whoa, do you see that rock drake? Wait, I didn't see that when I was recording this. Oh, he was just floating in the air for a second. Rewind that if you have to. I can't because I'm editing, but he was in the top left corner of the screen. Oh, anyways, the blue zone is a bioluminescent zone. You need a light pet to be down there, otherwise these things called nameless spawn. They're like little rat people, and they will kill you if you don't have a light pet. So I noticed something over here, and I went to investigate, and it's a gas collector. I wanted to see who owned it, and it turns out that a tribe named Destiny are the guys that owned it. I've seen them around the server. They seem really chill. They're a pretty big tribe, I think, too. So I decided to leave it alone and lag a little bit and go my merry way. We're going to be coming back here, by the way, very soon for something pretty exciting that I think you're going to enjoy. What am I doing? What did I see? Nothing? Okay, well, that happened. Anyways, I need some cryopods to be able to move my dinos to my new base location that I want. And I was wondering how to get the organic polymer, but I found this guy being killed by 2 stegos, and he drops organic polymer, so I got kind of lucky there. I saw these 2 raptors have killed the turtle and the moss chops that had previously laid claim to the tree, and they now strike their own poses. Can't wait to see how that saga ends. I got all the materials for the cryopods here. And this is a bit of a weird clip, because you can only craft them in loot crates, but the option to craft them is broken? Like, it's not so broken that you can't craft them. Like, here, look. I press craft all. Okay, it's crafting. Great. That's wonderful. Boom. Oh, wait a minute. It stopped crafting. I clicked craft all, but at this point I haven't made that connection, and I'm slowly drowning. So, I'm like, oh, weird. I thought I pressed craft all. Here, let me try again. No, yeah, it's not crafting all. That's weird. And I'm also drowning. So that's a problem. And then another problem happens immediately afterwards. Sharks, or alligators. Well, my 400% melee damage makes little work of them. I go and I make the other 2 cryopods. Oh boy. If you're wondering, this is also where we can summon the boss fight portal. Any of the drops, really. That's what those 3 colored things were. If you don't know how cryopods work or what they're for, here's an example. They're basically like Pokeballs. So now I can easily carry him on me and take him to my new base location, which I am now preparing for. So I've found a place that I want to put my new base, and I'm gonna be making up all the materials right now in that furnace to be able to place down a 2x2, or a 2x1, sorry, metal base in the place that I want. I've crafted a smithy, I've crafted the refining forge, and a box. All I need to do is get there. And I've made sure nobody's already built there, so that's good. That'll be where we spend a majority of our time until we move on to Rock Drake territory. Ooh. Anyways. Yeah, this is all recorded in post. If you want to notice something, that guy's charge is 696. It's kind of funny. I don't remember what else I talked about. Oh well. Anyways, we're going to use our Ravager to get to where we're going. Oh, wait. On my way to the location, I died to an aberrant raptor. I managed to fall, and I accidentally jumped off my Ravager, which put me on 1 HP, and then a raptor killed me. How fun. So at this point, I'm a little bit aggravated because I had all of my new base materials on me, and my Ravager is on passive next to an aggressive raptor. So I spawned at the wrong location, realized my mistake, and then kill myself on this guy. Hi, dead body. I'm about to be one of you. I died, respawned somewhat nearby where I lost my life to a raptor. I make my way back, hoping and praying that the raptor had de-aggroed off of my Ravager and was not puppy guarding my body. I made it back here, and thankfully my Ravager is still alive at this point, so my body's still there as well. I don't see any raptors around, so I'm pretty happy at this point. I'm not too far away from my base location either, so there's my doggy. And he's dead. Thank you, Lord, I got back on time just to see him die. I jump behind this rock to regain my stamina. I notice that the raptors are puppy guarding my body, like little, yeah. And then I get stuck behind this rock. Fun times. I really love this game. I managed to get all my stuff back when the raptors decided to run away. I put it in this box because I'm so far away from my base, and I can't get to the spot I want without my Ravager. And then I see this green drop, and I decide, oh, well that'll be easy. I'll just upload all of my items and myself and just respawn near my base. So I go over to the drop, happy as can be, and wouldn't you know it, there's a Ravager guarding the drop. And a friend. So that's a no-go. So at this point, I kind of contemplate what to do. I noticed that the raptors that killed my son were still around, so I decided to kill them. All raptors are murderers. Is that speciesist? Anyways, I decided to put all my things in a metal one by one. I'll remake the materials later to build my base. And I put it all in there and suicide to this Parasaur. Tamed another Ravager back at the old base. Named him Jimbo, in remembrance of Jim. And here we are now. So I made it to the spot that I wanted. I've made my metal base. I've moved my dinos over here, and we are sitting pretty good. Lost some dino zips episode, but you know what? The turtle's still alive, so it's all good. We have a Ravager now and a metal base hidden now in a location that I'm not going to show you intentionally. I might accidentally show it at some point, but oh well. I don't plan on us being here for too long, only to the point where we can get turrets and a cliff platform and a whole bunch of other stuff that we're going to need to bunker down somewhere else. So I need to get a lot of metal smelted in this tiny little base. I still have my moss chops. I still have my turtle. Everything's kind of going good. Oh, and also Jimbo. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. The next episode, I have something pretty special planned in store. Probably gonna be inefficient, not what you expect, but I want to do it, and I think it'll be fun, so we're gonna do it. Anyways, well, maybe I'll give you a hint. I'm gonna tame a bulb dog. A higher level one. That probably does nothing for you. Anyways, take care of yourselves. Hopefully this audio issue doesn't happen again. Bye-bye.